Howdy folks, TJ here. Wanted to show you a nifty Ecoflow, I think it's Ecoflow device that I've been wanting to get for a while. And there was a special deal on it a number of weeks ago where they had a discount and it was on eBay and they had a certain amount. And I only paid $35 for this, so I couldn't pass it up. And this device is something that you can but trickle charge or slowly charge your car battery smartly. And why would I want that? Because when I go camping, I do boondock in some areas that are dry, that are out off the beaten path. And I do bring a jumper with me. But you know, sometimes these new vans have big ass batteries and those batteries need a really good charge. And even though mine's pretty decent, it's always a crapshoot. You've got 2 or 3 zaps of a charge to try to jack up your battery and jump it. It doesn't always work. So having something that you can, okay, this didn't jump, I'm screwed. I'm now stuck out in the middle of no place and I'm going to be in the news at 6 o'clock tonight. Man lost. I don't want to be that person. So where I typically camp, there is some sun. I do bring solar panels typically with me. And a small Ecoflow, a River Pro backup battery, which I can charge things, I can run things, and it's nice to have that. And that battery can also trickle charge your car battery. So if you get stuck and you've used too much battery juice, well, this might be a way for you to get back home. And it's a small device you can see, and I'm going to do an unboxing today. I'm going to also, I think, incorporate maybe into this video. I've got a new Beetle 2010 that's out in the garage. The alternator is flaking, starting to not charge the battery well enough, so we're going to replace that. So last I had, that battery should be low. It should be below 12 volt right now or around that. So we're going to try connecting up my River Pro backup solar battery to this device and see if it gets a charge and boosts up that whatever it is. I'm going to have to go stick a meter to it and see what we're reading. But see if it charges up the battery. It's good because say your backup, you tried 2, 3, 4 times, that booster is not getting you up to snuff. You can't start your vehicle, but there's plenty of sun out and you've got a little backup battery. A lot of us go backpacking. I shouldn't say backpacking. Camping with these type of devices, so you can connect it up and just go off, have a brew, have a coffee, let the sun do its work, and hopefully it brings it up enough to where you can start up your vehicle. It's not a jumper, but it is one that will slowly trickle charge your battery and keep it up to snuff. So let's do an unboxing. And again, I paid $35 delivered for this. I couldn't pass it up. Right now on the eBays, I think you can get it for, it's about $59, and they've got a 5% discount code. So I think it's in the 50 some odd dollar range. So not bad. Now, does it work with every single solar battery charger out there that's got a 12 volt port? Probably not. On their website, they specifically claim that it works with the River Pro 2 and something else. I forgot all the models. So go to the Ecoflow's website and peruse. I own an older River Pro, not the River Pro 2, but the older River Pro I've had for a number of years. And somebody did say they purchased this device, and plugged it into the old River Pro and it worked. So that's good. We're going to soon test it myself. But I'm guessing as long as you've got a 12 volt, decent size solar battery, this may work. But again, go to their website. They only claim a few work, and it's with their Ecoflow design, so it may or may not work for you if you've got some other brand. Your mileage may vary, as they say. So here's the box that it comes in. That's the front, and here's the back. Side, it just says Ecoflow in a little shiny font, and on the front of it, it's called an Ecoflow car battery charging adapter. So this basically, again, allows you to connect to, I'm going to be connecting it to the River Pro. I've got a River Pro plus an external second battery. So it's got a lot of capability. I'm just going to try doing it with the Ecoflow alone without the secondary battery. Is there a piece of tape over this thing? No. I don't think so. So we're going to open it up now, do a little unboxing. Oh, I screwed up the box. Nicely done. It's okay. I'm going to I normally keep my boxes. I'm crazy like that, but here's what it looks like. Now, there is tape on the bottom. I'm going to have to peel this back. They put a little tape on the bottom, so it's like a little sheath box and not a full closed bottom box. I may need to... Oh, there's one. There we go. Okay, pooped it out, put it over here. So, top has this little area, and it looks like thumb holes, and I'm pulling out this box. No idea what's in here. Maybe the little cables. And then there is a little thumb thingy here, pull out, and we're going to take out, this is probably the main device in here. Oh, no, the cable's in here. So look, it comes with a adapter cable and jumpers that you would typically put on your battery. In my case, it's going to be a new Beetle 2010. And then a little booklet, Ecoflow booklet. And nothing else in the box. So we'll stick this over here. So I'm guessing in this box is the little device. It basically is you plug it into your 12-volt cigarette. I call it cigarette lighter. I don't think they call it those anymore. They call it 12-volt supply or whatever. Accessory plug. Yeah, and that's what this is. So nothing else in here. So here's what it looks like. 12-volt, plug in. Front of it says Ecoflow. And there is a slider switch here of some kind. And then on this side, there's a little flap. That's probably going to show you the cables. And it does. That's where the plug is for plugging in your 12-volt. And I'll show that all connected up later. There is some lights that you don't see lit up right now. But on this side, there's some LEDs that will light up. I believe they probably show, hey, dummy, you connected it to the battery. Okay, it's not reverse polarity and all that stuff. I don't know quite how it works yet, but I'm guessing it basically says, okay, we're ready to go, plug in, and it lets you know stuff via these LEDs. So cool. That's the unboxing part. Pretty basic device. Again, I paid 35 bucks. I couldn't pass it up. It right now seems to be selling brand new directly from Ecoflow via eBay. For under 60 bucks, so 50 some odd bucks. If you've got the right Ecoflow battery, solar battery, I call it, you're good. If you have some other brand, again, not sure if it will work for you, but I'm going to be testing it on an older River Pro made by Ecoflow. So hold tight. We'll come back, connect it up to my Beetle. We'll do a little multimeter and see what the battery's at. We'll plug this in and see if after a number of hours, it gets up to where the battery is up to snuff and got some more volts out of it. So hold tight. All right, we're out at the new Beetle 2010 final edition. They only made 1,500 of these convertibles. So I'm going to show you just what the battery is at. I actually left it charged a bit. It's at 12.2, I just checked, but we'll show that on the video as well. Because I didn't want to sit on a dead battery. It was just that the alternator was not up to snuff. It was only charging 55 watts or something. 55 watts. 100. Yeah, I think the alternator is supposed to do like 120 to 140, something like that. Anyway, so we're going to have the alternator replaced. But meanwhile, let me show you what the battery's at. It's definitely up to snuff to start this vehicle, but it should be able to sit at some more. 12.4, 12.5, 12.6, something like that. So we'll see if this, the Ecoflow River Pro, can, through this device, we'll see what it actually registers at. We'll connect everything up and then see if it actually boosts it up a bit more and then says, hey, all looks good. You can disconnect and you've got a topped off battery. So anyway, let's go ahead and power this up. I don't know if this will come in too well or not, but I wanted to show you what my battery is at. So let me stick here. 12.22. Okay, that's the official spot where we're going to end at. So 12.22. Definitely okay, but it would be nice to have it sitting at 12.4, 12.5, 12.6, something like that. So let me get everything connected. We'll then connect it up and see what happens. So hold tight. All right, let's show you the connection. So I've got the Positive and negative clamps connect to the battery as noted. This cable goes all the way over to the adapter. The little switch that's on the corner, is it on this side? It's on the other side, is a 12 volt, 24 volt. So I've got it on 12 volt. And then this is plugged into my Ecoflow River Pro. It's at 92% battery, stating 7 hours. Looks like the output right now is 98. And there's little lights on the front, as noted before. Let's focus in on here. So there's the left one, and then the middle one and right one. The right one is basically if you've got the cables connected incorrectly, or there's some other heat issue or some other issue it's detecting. And then right now, I've got the far left one is blue, and then the middle one is blinking green. So let me go ahead and stop this video. We'll grab the booklet and see what that all means. All right, we've got the little booklet out. So in the little booklet here, it does give you a diagram of everything that you need to do. The left one is a power status indicator, which on mine is blue. The middle one says working status indicator, which is let you know what it's working on. And then the right one is a warning one. As noted before, I had no warnings, but let's see what a blinking green light means. Blue light solid means power connected. That's good. Green blinking means it's charging. That's what we're doing, and that's what it's blinking. If it goes steady, it means the charging is completed. So there is room for this battery to take in some power. My Ecoflow is outputting that 98 watts. And we'll come back to it in a little while and see what's happening. If for some reason that far light is red, check your cabling. And just as a side note, this is all being done for my own use, my own need. If you're doing any connections and stuff like that, leave it up to you. Don't trust what I'm doing. Read, find out from the makers how to do it, because you don't want to blame TJ if you screw something up. So this is only for informational purposes. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a professional mechanic. I just purchased a nifty device, and I'm testing it out on my own car, and I'm making a recording so I can go back and remember what it is I did. So we'll come back to this, say, in an hour and see if things are still going. Eventually, I'm just going to let this go until the green goes steady, meaning it's complete. Then we'll do another meter check on it and see what voltage is coming back. And we'll say that it's successful if it does charge it up some more. So hold tight and we'll be right back. Okay, it's been probably about an hour, and looks like we're down to 82%, so it's taken 10% of the charge of my Ecoflow so far. The wattage is coming down on what it's outputting, so that tells me it's starting to probably get halfway through, or towards the end at least. It's starting to give out less power to the battery, so that's what I believe is happening there. Still have the blinking green, letting us know that it's still charging, and it's saying at this rate, I've got a good 13 hours still of this battery power, so things are definitely winding down. Maybe when I come out in another hour, it will be done. We'll see, or it'll be from 43% out down to 20, and it'll just start trickling down to nothing at that point. But we'll see how much battery it takes for juicing my battery up to above 12.22. So hold tight, more to come. Okay, it's been about another, I would say, half hour, 45 minutes. So as I kind of guessed earlier, so it's down to 24 watts going output. So things, I think the battery is starting to get to its full point. And we've got down to 77% of the battery. So I'm going to guess this will probably get down to maybe someplace in the 60% range of battery, and it will be fully juiced up. We'll see. But right now it is sipping from this battery, so that's where we're at. Like I said, probably about an hour and a half into this whole thing. Okay, this is about 4 hours in, I would say. I haven't been running a time watch on this, but I would say it's about 4 hours. So I'm down to 68% on the battery. 15 watts is being output, so it seems to be going to kind of a trickle mode here. And the battery is doing its thing. This is still blinking, so it doesn't think it's fully done yet. And it's still giving a little bit of a charge. So I'll just let this go. Let's see how much more it drops. And if by later tonight, in 2 or 3 more hours, if it's not done, I don't know if I'll call it a wrap. I may just let it go until it's done. So there you go. So hold tight. All right, I think I'm going to call it. It's trickling so slowly now, it may take all overnight to get that little green light to go solid green. Right now, I've got a blinking green light. I'm not going to point the camera over here, but it's on 14 watts, 65% of the battery left, and it's just going dreadfully slow at this point. So it did its major part long ago, and I was going to see if it would come green and stay steady, but the goal of this is not to fully charge the battery forever. It is to get out of your situation and get it above 12 something. I just want to see what it's at now. So we're going to disconnect everything. I'm going to then go ahead and do a multimeter, see if it's above the 12.22. So hold tight. Let me turn off the camera, disconnect all this stuff safely, and then we'll show you what the end result is. All right, we've got everything disconnected, so let's go ahead and actually check. So I need to Google how much a 12-volt battery can get up to. Right after you charge it for a while, it may show maybe a little bit higher than normal number. Then give it overnight and kind of check it the next day, which I think I'll do tomorrow. But let's just see what this shows. I just disconnected it. I'm going to give it about a minute, and then we're going to plug it in and see what type of numbers show. So it was on 12.22. What can a fully charged 12-volt battery show sitting on a shelf? I don't know what the number spread is. Is 12.6 the highest that it's allowed to go? Can it go higher? I'm not sure. So let's check. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, power on, and it's at 0. Let's touch the leads here and see. 13.21 volts. Is that acceptable? Is that okay to actually have a 12-volt battery get that high? I'm going to Google it because I don't know. I know house batteries on campers and stuff, those you can get up to 14 something, I believe. And then you bring them down to 13 point something as normal. But this is a starter battery for a vehicle. So I don't know if that's the same, but this battery definitely did take a good charge. Let me Google and find out if that is too high of a number. If it is, maybe I don't want to run it that long, but I went from 12.22 up to 13 point, whatever the heck that was. I already for 13.31. So it definitely, long ago, I could have just say it was down in the 11 zone, 11.8. It dropped right under and you couldn't get your vehicle started. You then connect it up, let it go for an hour, get it up to 12. It probably in an hour would get up to 12 something, 12.0, 12.1, just enough to start. Get it started and then move along. Make sure you disconnect everything before you start it. You do not supposed to have that Ecoflow device connected when it's starting, but it worked. So I used, let's see, I started at what, 92%, and it went down to 68% battery left. I let it do this for 5 hours about, and so it definitely jacked up my battery to a full voltage now, so it should be full. I'll check tomorrow morning. Normally after you charge a battery, maybe tomorrow it's going to drop down to 12.6 or something. Then I'll check it every day for a few days and just make sure it holds at that. So anyway, there you go. Does it work? Yes, it seems to have worked fine. And I'm happy to have this as a backup to a backup. If I can't jump the vehicle, then I can slowly trickle charge it from my solar battery and get it up to snuff and then move on to a safer place. So thanks for watching the video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Bent over like this, my back's hurting. Oh, I'm getting old. Hi, I thought I would just wrap up this video in my office. As noted with my last image, I took the prods off. Okay, I thought I'd wrap up this video in my office. We left off at that the charger charged my battery, and right after I took the leads off, I only gave it a minute or so. I checked and it was up to like 13.31. And I was questioning, can a battery like that actually take that kind of charge? And yeah, I believe alternators normally output 13 to 15 volt range when you're driving, so a battery is able to collect what it needs. But then after you turn it off and let it sit for a little bit, things calm down on the battery and it comes down to whatever it's going to rest at. I let it sit for a little bit, actually turned on the car, started it up, turned on some lights, turned on the up and down the windows and everything, let it sit for a little bit, and then I remeasured, and it came in at 12.75 volts, which is pretty good. So my little Ecoflow car battery charger device worked pretty well. I'll check it in the next few days and see what type of drain I'm getting on it. But any drain would typically be just the Beetle sucking off a little juice every day from it. But I'm happy. It charged up the battery. If I was in a pinch and my car jump starter wouldn't start it, I could plug this in, let it go for an hour. Like I said, I didn't need to let it go for 5 hours, but I wanted to see that green light come on and stay steady saying, I'm done. I'm fully charged. After 5 hours, it never got there, but it was continuing the charge. Just it started at, 98 watts, and then it came down to 14, and it was just slowly trickling. And trickle chargers kind of do that. You sit there and you trickle it, and it just slowly collects and eventually says, I'm done. I didn't want to wait any longer. So, success? Sure. $35 for me, this is a nice buy. 50 some odd dollars on sale right now through the eBays. I think it's worth it. Will it work with your particular solar battery charger? No idea. But with my Ecoflow brand, it worked fine. So I'm happy as a camper. Thanks for watching the video and have a great rest of your day. Bye.